Hey, welcome back to the channel. So this is the review of my Breitling Superocean 42, reference number A17366. I also like the fact that they have a small reference number. I mean, A17366 is pretty small compared to Omegas, Oris. Shoot, a lot of these brands just have too many numbers, so I think that's real cool. But anyway, this is the blue dial. Picked up a little while ago, got it secondhand, but this thing is in really good condition. It's been taking up a lot of wrist time. I really like this piece. I bought it because I had a black one in the past, and it was, I bought it brand new, and I ended up trading it off for something, and I wish I kept it because it was one of my favorite dive watches. And like I said, I've been wearing this pretty much mostly than any of my other watches. In fact, I like to keep my watches going, and my Rolex isn't running anymore, my Dox is not running anymore, so this is just taking up all my wrist time mainly. So I really love that piece, or this piece, and I just believe that that says a lot. So let's do a dimension. So we're coming in at 42 millimeter from side to side, 50 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, 13 millimeters thick, 20 millimeter lug opening, and 13 millimeters thick for a dive watch is pretty impressive. So I like how they're keeping it thin also. You do have a beautiful brush case on top, polished on the sides. This one does have a little bit of some dings here and there just because it is pre-owned. So there's like a little mark over here, but that's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter much, but beautiful bezel. It's captive by 6 screws, and it's 120 clicks, and it's very good action. Very, very good action. Now, it's a stainless steel bezel, and they use DLC coating in blue, so very durable. Beautiful blue dial, kind of a matte dial. You have your date window there. I wish it was bordered, maybe in a gunmetal color like the Arabic numerals, but it's not, and that's okay. But that would be pretty cool if they did that maybe on future models. Maybe have a border and then have maybe that date disc the same color as the dial or something with black font. That would have been excellent. But you know, beautiful applied markers, and like I said, all gunmetal bordered. You have your beautiful Breitling wings up there at the 12 o'clock. That's probably my favorite Breitling logo. And then Breitling and then 1887 below it. Yes, this company's been around since 1887, before Rolex. I believe not before Omega, but before Rolex. Superocean chronometer, 500 meters, 1,650 feet. Yes, all their watches are chronometer certified, even their quartz movements. So this company and Rolex are the ones that do all of their watches. I'm not sure of any other Swiss houses that do all of their timepieces chronometer certified, but these guys do. So, but just a beautiful watch. Here's the case back. And I did get mine on a rubber strap, which it was already sized perfectly for my wrist. Not much wear on the rubber strap. And you know, I wanted a bracelet for it, but it just wears real nice on my wrist. So let's see, let me put it on here. And I really like that fold over clasp, but this is on my 7.5 inch wrist. It fits just perfect. Yeah, there's, you know, some scratches on the bezel, but I like it. It's already pre-worn in for me, pre-loved, and I'm happy with that. But whoever had this before did a lot of desk diving because the case isn't all that bad. It's just the clasp took a lot of hits, but mainly just real micro scratches. But the bracelet on these, let me show you, or not bracelet, but the clasp, you do have like this micro adjustment feature here that you could push and it pulls out. So that's pretty cool, which you don't have on the bracelet. My black one had a bracelet and it did not have any micro adjustments. Well, it did on the side here, but it didn't have any type of fold over dive extension or anything like that. So at least you have this. Which is real cool. So maybe in the future, if I can ever find a bracelet, I'll pick one up. I'm really not in a hurry to get one. I'll be honest. I'm really happy wearing it on this rubber strap that I just don't care to have the bracelet. I'll be honest. because it's that comfortable. So, but there's your case back. Breitling Superocean, 500 meters. I like how they get 500 meters without a helium escape valve. That's pretty cool. Like I said, here's that clasp. You got your Breitling wings. This is running a Breitling 17 movement, which is a highly modified 2824. 48 hours of power, or 38 hours of power reserve. 28,800 vibrations per hour, tried and true movement. I mean, the 2824 ETA has been around forever, just like the 2892. 2824 and 2892 are probably the best ETA dive watch movements out there. I mean, they really, and it's in many other watches, but for dive watches, I mean, I think it's probably one of the best. And the Lume is incredible on this. We're going to do a Lume shot real soon here, but screw down crown, fully polished on the sides, brushed up on top. The thing with me, their polishing, for Breitling's polishing has always been just amazing. Very good polishing. Their brushing is just not all that special. It just looks kind of satin looking. And I mean, if you look at a Rolex, that it kind of has a graininess to it. At least my older, Submariner does. But and I know they're doing them differently now as well. But I really like Breitling's polishing. In fact, the one before this, the model before this, was just a completely polished case, which looks beautiful new. But once they start getting scratched up, yeah, it looks kind of beat up. But I do like that about Breitling. Some people complain about their blinginess, but their polished cases and all that is just something that they've always done for years. And I mean, they are traditionally a pilot watch, company, but I do like their case finishing. Breitling is a great company, great brand. They have in-house movements. I mean, they came out with a great in-house caliber, the B01 chronograph. So, I mean, very good company. And they do regulate their watches. They highly modify them. If they use ETA movements, like this thing is +1 and it hasn't changed. It's keeping accurate time. This is probably my most accurate watch. So I'm very happy with it. Let's do a Lume shot real quick. Let me get my, there we go, get this going here. And the Lume is just incredible on this piece here. It really is. There it is. Super bright, lasts, pretty much all night. You could wake up at, 5, 6 in the morning and still real bright. So just awesome Lume. I do have some light coming in from outside a little bit, but just beautiful Lume. And you have some Lume at the top of the pip there. And what I really like, I'll close in just a moment. I know this is becoming a long video, but what I really like about this company, this watch over, let's say Rolex. I do own a Rolex Submariner from 1984 and I love it. But that watch, in the 80s was a tool watch. It was a straight up tool watch, aluminum bezel, nothing crazy, no ceramic bezel, no, this, that, and the other thing. The new Rolexes are not tool watches, and I've said this a bunch of times. In fact, I had a 114060 no date sub a while back, and I loved the watch. It was cool, but it was just the shape of the case was just too square for me, and also that ceramic bezel, it just jumped out as being a luxury timepiece. It jumped out as being a fashion piece or a dress watch, really, to be honest. This thing here, I mean, with the DLC coated bezel, stainless steel, I mean, it's just tough. It's blue, it's good looking, it's a beautiful watch, but it's going to hold up over time. And you don't have to worry about, crushing the ceramic bezel or anything like that. So in my opinion, I mean, Breitling, they're 4,200 retail, I believe. You could pick them up pretty much all day long for half that secondhand. So if you get one in good condition from a good seller, there's no need to go buy a brand new one. If you want a brand new one, do it. but you could get discounts on these. You can do really well on these. If you wanted, let's say, a similar watch, like a Tudor Black Bay 58 or something, which I've reviewed in the past as well, up against my black one that I had of this, those are retail pretty close to the same thing, but you can't get those types of discounts. Everybody wants pretty much retail for them. Maybe a little bit less now, but not by much. So this is a great value. You get a lot of watch for the money. You really do. And even if you buy it at retail, you're still getting an amazing timepiece. I mean, a Rolex Submariner is close to 10 grand now, new. This thing, 4,200 retail, and you're getting a great brand, great watch. You can't go wrong. So anyway, that is the review of my Breitling Superocean 42. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.